Hello, welcome to this video on the people of broadcast journalism. In the previous video, we talked about new vocabulary we use when talking about the news for television, internet, and radio. In this video, we're going to take a deeper look into the people that deliver the news in video or audio form. We'll talk about news anchors, correspondents, producers, and control room operators. Let's start with the anchor. The journalist who reads the news on camera is called the news anchor. This is the lead journalist or journalists of a news program. An anchor is the host of all of that news program's shows. Sometimes the name of this anchor is part of the name of the show. For example, NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. Lester Holt hosts this news program most nights of the week. The anchor is the journalist who reads copy from the teleprompter. While the anchor is the lead journalist, there are other journalists who work on the news and appear on the program. These journalists are called correspondents. These correspondents can be general journalists, or they can have specialties, like they may have special knowledge about one topic. For example, there are many business correspondents or medical correspondents. They may have extra training in business or medicine and therefore can better investigate and research those types of news stories. Other specialties include correspondents who know a certain area of the world really well. Maybe they're from there, or maybe they just studied that area for many years. For example, a Middle East correspondent is someone who reports from the Middle East or who covers news having to do with the Middle East. They may speak a local language, or they may know a lot about local culture or history, and therefore they can better investigate and research those types of stories. It's common for a correspondent to travel to where the news is happening and report from there. That's called being on location. Correspondents report from locations all across the world. For example, if there's a fire, football match, or election, a correspondent will go on location to get the story. Another person who's very important in broadcast journalism is the producer. A producer decides what news stories to show, how long each story will be, and in what order. A producer also directs the show as it's being broadcast. They decide in the moment if breaking news should interrupt a segment. They decide when to take commercial breaks, and the producer is also the person with the final approval for copy before a story is added to a particular program. The producer is not in the studio with the anchor at the time of the broadcast. Instead, they work alongside control room operators who prepare video clips, edit sound, and control the teleprompter. Control room operators have technical skills rather than journalism degrees. They know how to control the machines that help broadcast the news, but not necessarily what is important to include in the story. To summarize, we've talked about anchors, types of correspondents, producers, and control room operators. Check your understanding of these people involved in broadcasting the news and the vocabulary from the first video in the next game.